Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this one we are testing the GeForce RTX 4070 Ti Super in Atomfall. And here are the specs of the card. We have the latest NVIDIA driver installed. We have resizer bar enabled inside BIOS as well. For the CPU we got the Intel Core i7-13700KF, and for memory we got 64 gigs of DDR5 6000 mega transfers per second CL36. And for MSI Afterburner we got no overclocks applied. Everything is set to stock settings. So let's get inside the game and check out the frame rates. So here we are inside the menu, guys. We're gonna start this off with 4K resolution at first. We also have access to a render scale. So if you want to increase the resolution, if I make it to like 200, we can go to 8K. We're gonna try 8K. I don't need the render scale for that. I can change my res anyway. And for settings, the game is like very bare bones in terms of settings. As you can see, it only has AA option, shadow, reflection, draw distance, texture, and water detail, and the rest of the settings. As you can see, pretty bare bones game. So I started playing a bit of the game before, and we came out of this bunker, L8 or 1.8, whatever it is, and it looks pretty good. The colors are very popping in this game, as I can see. But yeah, the anti-aliasing is pretty bad. The game has no support for DLSS, FSR, or anything like that. It just has an AA option. I don't know what it even uses, because it doesn't look like TIA or MSA or anything like that. Probably FXA, who knows? Because yeah, it looks kind of choppy and aliased at the distance. But yeah, this game is made by Rebellion with their in-house engine, the AORUS engine, which is the same as the Sniper Elite games uses, and it's a pretty flawless engine, I must say. It's very optimized, and even on low-end GPUs and hardware, it can run really well. This game, you shouldn't have a problem. Shotgun ammo. Oh, here's a shotgun. Really? Got ammo as well. Great. One? Just got one bullet. Maybe if I search. And scrap. So yeah, this is a survival game. Pretty much very similar to like Stalker it is. But obviously this is a Stalker, or you can say Fallout, mix of both worlds maybe. But yeah, it looks very good in terms of the color. So let's walk down a bit, and as you can see, we're getting like 80 FPS at 4K native resolution. You don't get to see those nowadays, right?
What was that?
Have to be quiet. I messed up there already. I don't think we have any melee weapon, and this gun is pretty much rusted. You know what? I'm gonna use my one bullet. I can actually kick. Oh, we can melee with a gun.
Games.
You know what? I'm gonna use it. Screw it. Now we got a melee weapon. Okay. As you can see, one-person loads are also very good, very optimized game this is. I have no complaints from the Sniper Elite games either. They ran pretty flawless as well. And so I pretty much, this was expected for this game. And this is basically like you are playing Sniper Elite in first person if they gave you a sniper or something like that. So I'm playing the Game Pass version of the game, not the Steam one. Look at our allocated VRAM. It's pretty much maxed out. 15.8. Usage is 14.3. Wonder what will happen in 8K. So before 8K, we're gonna try 1440p. Let's go and switch resolution. Now we're moving to 1440p. Everything is set to ultra settings. Only motion blur is turned off, just like previously. And let's check this out. We're getting 130, wow, 150 when looking this side. Almost it touched when I moved the camera. It drops a bit like 120s to 120s, even goes above 170. Wow, that's a huge variation there. But I think it should be a 140 FPS experience in terms of average. Look at those leaves, they look pretty in this game. The greenery is quite good, I must say. Got a facility over there. I just don't like the anti-aliasing in this game. That's the only problem. And if I'm not wrong, the Sniper Elite games also don't have DLSS in them. The latest one, the Resistance. I don't think it has DLSS. Oh my goodness. What the heck is that? They're gonna eat us. It's better to run.
This village is under military occupation per the quarantine protocol. You're new round here, eh? Which means you're free to enter. Just keep your nose clean, alright?
I mean, I'm new, that's why I'm free to enter. Makes sense. Wow, we got mechs. Can we actually drive them in this game later on? Bar. Got some telephone booths also. Really like the looks of this game. Let's look at the landscape there. Obviously that's just an image. It seems like, I don't think that is real. This is the whole map? Probably not. Of course not. As you can see guys, 180 FPS average. We are even touching 200 plus. No problem running this game on this GPU. Maximum settings. I think even lower end cards or entry level cards like 30, 50, 40, 60 should be easily able to run this game. You're really missing these kinds of games right now, which you can really run on low end hardware. And VRAM allocation is absolutely maxed out even at 1440p. That is surprising. But I would say that, yeah, the textures look really good though. But yeah, it's not looking like an extraordinary game or something like that in terms of visuals. But it is what it is. It looks pretty good. To me at least. Let me know what you think. Now let's try 1080p resolution. I know it makes no sense with ultra graphics settings and motion blur turned off. And it makes no sense to test this in 1080p with the GPU. Because as you can see, it easily gets 200 FPS. 200 plus most of the time, if not all the time. And GPU usage is dropping, obviously. It's gonna be CPU bound at this point at 1080p resolution, but it still does get to 100%. Sometimes, as you can see, 99%, 100%. It doesn't really bottleneck all the time. And we can even get 232 FPS, 250, 260, 270. Wow. 380 even. And now it looks obviously more aliased, the edges of everything, the objects, buildings and everything don't look too nice. And the textures, I mean, taking 16 gigs of VRAM still at 1080p. I mean, yeah, 1080p also, the game shines in terms of texture quality. I really like that. Textures of this game, they really pop. Very clear, crystal clear, detailed. Look at all these bushes over here. They look brilliant.
Leave tomorrow if we could.
I wish this game didn't have so much aliasing in it, even though we have anti-aliasing set to ultra. I hope they will fix that, but maybe not. Who knows? And I have finally switched it to 8K resolution. And we're using the ultra graphics settings, and it's very laggy. You might be able to already tell by looking at the menu. So let's check this out. Oh, 24 FPS. Does increase here and there when I look around a bit. But yeah, it's at least gives you 24 plus FPS. So I don't know what to say. I think, in my opinion, it's pretty good for a 4070 Ti Super to be able to run this game at 8K, 24 plus FPS. It even does 30 there. Fantastic. Yeah, the only problem is we are out of VRAM. I don't know why is this game so hungry with VRAM. It most likely be the textures, I'm guessing.
Not even food conveys coming in.
Pretty detailed everything looks.
Like we need anymore.
But yeah, guys, let's drop some settings from ultra. Let's see if that VRAM usage goes down. I don't think so. It will go down in 8K. But at least let's try to get our FPS a bit high. You can only directly change it from here only. Let's set it to high. Let's see if it gives any improvement to our frame rate. It did. Things are taking a while to load in the textures. And VRAM allocation has actually gone down. Yeah, it looks way worse now, or maybe they are not loading in yet. I mean, not really loaded in. That's what it seems like. But this is how it looks in high. I mean, it looks like low. Not high. But what's gonna be low then? The ultra looked pretty good compared to high here. But now we can get around 30-ish FPS, 30 to 40 FPS, 38 average. Quite playable now, but I wish there was DLSS, then we could have used it at 8K to get some playable frame rates. But let's try dropping the settings further down to medium, guys. Let's drop this to medium and see how much more it can improve our FPS. It barely made a dent there. Actually, now we can stay above 40, I guess. Before we are around 30, that looks absolute crap. Garbage. And now everything looks very dull. Textures don't look nice. There's no textures at all. It looks muddy. Everything is muddy, pixelated crap. And we're still dropping below 40 there. And let's just try this with low. How the game looks actually. Let's try this just for fun. I'm testing this 8K. Let's quickly switch this to low graphics detail. Okay, look at that. This looks horrible now. And still cannot get 60 FPS. I wish we could get 60 FPS. Would be nice, really, that at least we could achieve 60 plus on 8K res with the GPU, at least in one game. That ain't happening, unfortunately. But yeah, guys, it's gonna be a very small video. Not really small, but we don't have many things to test, right? This game runs absolutely fine with ultra settings at 1080p, 1440p, and 4K as well, without any upscaling or frame generation. None of those nonsense which we need to use nowadays. So that's gonna be it, guys. So do leave a like if you enjoyed and if this video helped you, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Till then, take care and bye bye.